Hi, I'm Karen with Care Bear Bard of Cards. Welcome. If you are new, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch me right now. I really appreciate it. And a special thank you for everyone who has subscribed, liked, commented, shared my channel out. That has just meant the world to me. Thank you so very much. A few special shout outs to Jackie at Jackie's Crystal Moon. She is just a phenomenal reader and she shared me out, and I just appreciate your support so much, Jackie. Thank you. I would also like to thank Wolf Girl Oracle. We met today in Terry at Holding Your Space, her wonderful meditation group. She has the most soothing, sweet voice for meditations. Just a beautiful soul. But Wolf Girl, found me on there, and then she commented and shared me out, and that was so, so kind. And she's got a great channel too. Check her out. And then Annie Bear, thank you for sharing me out as well. Annie, you are just a beautiful soul. You eat, breathe, live, spirit, nature, everything. She has a wonderful channel, and she's a fantastic artist too. I had no idea. Really, really good. Check her out. And then, of course, I can't forget Heather over at Soul Alchemy, Indigo Jaguar. Thank you so very much for being so kind to me and so supportive, and for all the encouragement and for talking about my channel. I really appreciate that. And of course, my partner in crime, I don't know, Jeff Bailey. Ironically, Jeff and I share the same surname, Bailey. That's my maiden name. But anyways, Jeff is just an amazing poet. His channel is at Tarot Ask Backwards, and I will be actually a guest on there tonight, as in March 22nd. Today's a Friday, and that will be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what we are doing is psychoteropathy readings. The way Jeff described it, and these are for entertainment purposes only, remember that. But it's kind of like I don't even know if I'm saying this correctly, so please forgive me. The Rorschach, the ink blots. I'm not sure if I don't have those cards. Maybe he does. But we're going to be pulling cards and asking what the image is that you see. We take that, read the cards the way we see them, and give you a message and a poem, which I've never really did poems on the fly like that, so this is going to be a challenge for me. Jeff is a total natural. He's a wordsmith, and he's actually a published poet. I will put a link for Jeff. Please check out his poetry, his books, his channel. He has a way with words like no one I've ever known. He's amazing, truly. But anyways, please check that out. And on Sundays as well, Jeff and Heather, they do a poetry night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it is a wonderful, fun night. I might hop up on there Sunday night. It's a little surprise. And usually what we'll do are poetry readings. Excuse me, I'm tongue-tied. I get excited. or lately we've been doing these poetry prompts, and those have been super fun. But anyways, that's my long drawn out announcements. And if you hear some, little giggly like, children in the background, that's because I have twin toddlers. Yeah, there's one right now. They're Geminis just like me. We're very expressive and talkative and boisterous. So I hope you can deal with that. I would greatly appreciate it if you could hang around. I hope that it brings some joy and some laughter to your day as well. All right, well, let's just get into it. So I am introducing my series, which is going to be covering 80 poems and 80 cards. Yeah, I know. I'm an overachiever, as Gerald at Tarot Stash likes to say. About anybody who is an overachiever. He's amazing, by the way, too. Check out his channel. And I'm going to put links to these channels, too, by the way. Forgot to mention that earlier. So, what is 80 poems and 80 cards about? Well, it is based off of my absolute love for this tarot deck by Tourian, the Tarot of the Abyss. It is a black and white deck. She is the artist. She did the guidebook, everything amazing. It has a wonderful, nice, compact but thick guidebook. Very good. She gives background and how she came up with her concepts and everything. This deck is so artistic, and the images just scream like write about me, please. So you may be asking, aren't there supposed to be 78 cards in a standard tarot deck? Yes, you would be correct. She added a couple of extra cards. She added 2 additional sword cards. One is a 3 of Swords and another 10 of Swords. So you get 2 3 of Swords and 2 10 of Swords. One being the more standard interpretation, and the other has a positive, lighter interpretation of it. And I'm not doing either one of those today, but they will be in the rotation. However, the divine speaks to me as to which card to write about. So here's our first video, poem 1 of 80. So next, I'm just going to go into introducing the card that I chose. We'll do like a little bit of standard meaning and interpretation, and I'll give you a little bit of background about where Anna was coming with the card, like her thought process and everything. And also I will put a link to her deck, which I believe US Game Systems publishes, and to her website, and she has a channel on here too. I will include that information. She is absolutely amazing. Please check her out. And I highly recommend this tarot deck. It is affordable and it is a work of art. But back to Tarot Stash, Gerald, purchase responsibly. Something I have to tell myself. Okay. So, our card is the, make sure it focuses, our beautiful Queen of Wands. Why on earth would I start with the Court card, right? They're notoriously tricky to interpretate. Did I just make up a word? Perhaps. Interpret. Yes, I did make up a word. We'll just roll with it, right? It's difficult to interpret at times. However, don't let that hold you back from tarot. Please, if you're not already a reader, please don't let court cards hold you back. In general, if you want to think of a court card, which is what I also will refer to as the face card, which would be the royal family per se. A page, a knight, a queen, a king. What makes it tricky is that sometimes they don't show up as just being a person. They could be an aspect of yourself. They could represent a situation or an event. But some readers just want to simplify it straight out, and that's okay. They're going to be a person for them. And that person, I personally think that it doesn't have to be about the gender itself. The Queen of Wands doesn't have to be a woman. I've done tarot readings for myself, and I've shown up as kings because it's just a phase of life that I'm going through. Perhaps I'm trying to master something at that time. So, but for the sake of me doing this right now, just bear with me if I keep saying she, the queen. That's how I'm going to refer to it right now. But it does not mean that a man or a woman can't show up as a king or a queen, vice versa, whatever. It's more about the qualities that that court card possesses. So when we get into, wow, they're really expressive today, aren't they? Okay, so I do want to pull up the original, the Rider Waite Smith version, our Queen of Wands. I am using it's like a special edition of the Pamela Coleman Smith with these beautiful backs. I love it. And the colors are a little bit more muted. Anyways, we have our Queen of Wands here, and then we have Tourian's Queen of Wands. I'm just going to hold them up for comparison. And I'm going to talk about kind of, the standard general meanings, and then talk about the art a little bit. So with our Queen of Wands here, she is a fixed energy fire sign. What do I mean by that? Let's see. Fixed as in her energy is going to be pretty steady. She is mature, set in her ways, and you can kind of know what to expect from her, typically. And the fire element is our wands. Wands represent fire. It's more of that spiritual embodiment, that inner spark that just makes us want to live, that inner passion. It's the essence of life itself, the inner spark, I believe. And this queen, she is very quite fixed on her throne here. You can see the lions behind her. Oh, and typically the fire signs in the tarot would be in the zodiacs a Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. So we have our Queen of Wands. She is holding her wand, and that represents the fire element. She's fixed on her throne. She seems to kind of be looking off to the side. She's not looking at us directly, so maybe something else is catching her attention. She has her hair up, regally in a crown. We have the sunflower. It shows her radiance and her warmth and her confidence and kind of a little bit of a center stage energy here. And my favorite part of it is the little black cat, our little mangy cat. So cute. The cat is standing in front of her, kind of like a guardian almost, her little kitty companion. I personally, my interpretation, I feel like that pulls in more of her intuitive, animalistic, instinctive sides. It adds a little bit of mystery with it being a black cat, but also, with the guardian aspect, I can see this cat. I believe that you got to talk to this cat first before you can even get to her. On Anna Tourian's card, we're missing the cat, but that's okay, Anna. I still love the deck. I am just personally a cat lover, so I do love it when the cat does appear on other decks from different creators with the cat. But we kind of have a little bit more of an intimate feel with her Queen of Wands. She talked about, with her court cards for the fire element, the wands, she put them all in front of a bonfire in an intimate setting in the woods at night. She's not on a throne. She's sitting down cross-legged. You might not even realize she was a queen if she wasn't wearing this beautiful crown on top of her head. And the previous suits in the card, the page in the night, brought her the materials and the fire elemental. Kind of looks like a little sprite, kind of little fairy thing. Right here that she has her hands hovered around, and she's taken these and she's built this fire and she is guarding it. So she has the leadership ability to keep this fire going. She has the mothering instincts to nurture it, to feed it. And it is not just for her. It is for her kingdom. It is to share with everyone. The light, the heat, the warmth that with fire represents the sun itself to me, when you think about it. Sun, the earth would not exist without the sun. It would be way too cold. We would all freeze. Nothing would grow. We wouldn't have food. You name it. We need the sun. And that is that spark of life that this fire element brings. A little bit more with your Queen of Wands before I get into my poem. She, as I said, she's courageous. She can be, assertive, direct, honest, hardworking. She has a strong fondness for animals and nature. Passion rules her. She's very intent on her desires. She's warm, has an enterprising spirit, can be quite influential. So she'd be great in sales, in publicity, as an event planner, even a mentor. She has that inner spark, that inner fire, and creative. She's creative. She could play sports. I mean, honestly, she's inspirational to me, the Queen of Wands. She just has the energy, goes and gets it done, and is confident about it. And she is okay with leading. And I think that's just a wonderful way to be, truly. And also, she's the sexiest of the queens to me. Just my opinion. She's kind of got that fiery temperament. Now, just to go over, that was talking about her in an upright manner. If we reverse her, let's turn her upside down. She is either going to have an extremity of the upright, less basically the energy is off. So she could be not so confident, not so sure of herself. She could possibly overextend herself to the detriment of herself. That was a little bit redundant there, but you know, when you do too much for other people and you don't leave enough time for yourself. Too busy, maybe no direction, not able to properly lead. And there are some interpretations that it suggests infidelity and so on. She could be self-obsessed, possibly bossy, maybe hot or cold, a bit of a drama queen, and so on. But anyways, this is not really a video to totally tell you how to read the Queen of Wands. I just kind of wanted to give you a little bit of context and a little bit of comparison here. So, the Queen of Wands, why this one came out, I shuffled, I talked to Spirit, and this one came out. Maybe some days I'll just look at a card and I'll know that that's the one for the day. They're not going to be in any particular order, but of course, no repeats. Now, to talk about my poem a little bit before I read it to you, I really wanted to focus on creativity, that inner fire that lights us up. I know as a content creator, very new to this, and there are several of you with your own channels watching this right now that have, you know what being a content creator, and you have that need to share your art, whether it be tarot readings, painting, singing, playing instruments, healing like Reiki, mediumship, you name it, writing. You tap into this inner fire. You can have these ideas inside of you, but they really are meaningless unless you actually manifest them into your reality for others to share. I believe that if you ignore the passions, the things that light you up inside, that eventually they just die, and life, it'll have a draining effect on you. These things bring us joy, and to share these things and to appreciate each other's talents, as in our small community here, so supportive and appreciative of everyone. It's not about one person outshining the other. We really love to collaborate and share ideas and get a lot of joy through this experience. I really think that that's what it's all about. So my poem really goes into honoring that fire. Don't let it die. Use it. Some people might not feel that they're courageous enough. Or what if I mess up? Look at me. I've already blundered my way through this. I've recorded this video, by the way, maybe 3, 4, 5 times. This has got to be the final time. It's going to be okay because it's not going to be perfect. And over time, it'll get better. But each time that I do put one out, I do feel better afterwards. And you know what? Not everybody's going to like it. Who cares? What lights you up inside? What makes you happy? If it comes from a good and noble place, it is worth putting out there. Be brave, be bold, and do it. This is my pep talk for you. Okay, well, let's finally read our poem. I'm writing down timestamps, by the way. Okay. Actually, I'm going to hold this up while I read it. I hope these haven't been too out of focus. It's really hard to try to do that. Honor your fire. Honor your fire, the inner spirit that flickers in the ethers. Stoke the flame that urges inspired action. Time is fleeting. Let your light emerge above the horizon. Revere the dreams and visions locked within. Let them be seen, touched, smelled, heard, and even tasted. Birth your ideas into existence. Thoughts remain intangible without the passionate will to manifest. Creation is courageous and bright. Vital as the sun's light is to our survival. This sacred flame is a divine gift within us all. Mother this elemental power with unconditional love and respect. Nurture and protect it like a child. Embrace and guard this heat safely. Don't let it spread and wander wild like an inferno. Neglect the fiery spark of life, and it dwindles to a mere ember, dormant until it fades into oblivion. Honor your fire with a steadfast hand and will. Rule it with grace and wear its warm golden crown with appreciation. Honor your fire and the fire of others. Don't shine too bright as to dim another's light, nor be a passive onlooker, content to do nothing. Whether it be art, music, math, writing, cooking, gardening, architecture, science, whatever it may be, you possess a skill to create. Honor your fire today so your legacy remains long after the ashes fly away. I really hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you so very much again for your time and for supporting my channel. I truly do appreciate it. I do hope that you subscribe, like, comment, do all those YouTube friendly things for me. That's very helpful. And I will return the favor as well. All right, till next time, poem number 2 of 80. I'll see you then. Thanks. Bye-bye.